welcome to my channel. My name is Allison. I make cleaning and lifestyle videos, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. Today I'm going to be doing a really deep clean of my kitchen, so I thought I'd start out by showing you just how messy it actually is. I was actually away from the home most of my weekends, so the kitchen got really messy. There's a lot of dirty dishes and things, so I'm going to just start by unloading and then reloading the dishwasher with the dirty dishes after I get the clean ones out here. And I'm going to speed everything up a little bit so the video is not super long, because I did do a very extensive deep cleaning of my kitchen. I do these kind of cleans maybe twice a year just to keep the kitchen under control, because it does get very messy a lot. So hopefully you enjoy the video. I hope it's relaxing for you, or it motivates you or inspires you to go clean your own kitchen or wherever else you need to clean. And I'll put on some nice relaxing music for you to listen to as well while you watch the clean, or you could just listen to it while you're cleaning your own home. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so now that I've got my dishes finished, I'm actually going to start by, I think I'm sort of just getting all the clutter that's on the countertop cleared off here, some random trash and things that I put to the recycling, and I'm just going to wipe off the counters. I usually do that first. I don't know why. That's just kind of my process when I'm cleaning the kitchen. I like to get the countertops really clean, and I'm holding a Lysol bottle, but it's actually got Fabuloso inside the spray. I just like the spray bottle from the Lysol. So I'm just spraying it down with the Fabuloso. This stuff makes my kitchen smell really clean. I really enjoy the scent here. And getting over here as well with the Fabuloso. And I try to, when I'm doing deep clean, move all the little things that are on the countertops here. I have some canisters and my salt and pepper shakers, so I'm moving those back so I can clean underneath them as well. There's just a lot of dirt that accumulates around those sort of things, so I'm just going to move them back after I've wiped underneath them. And at this point I remember I hadn't started my vacuum yet, and I was wanting to mop at the end, so I decided to start my little robotic vacuum. And I've got a review video on here, maybe I'll link it below, but that's my little vacuum that's going to clean my floors for me. And now I'm going to be cleaning my kitchen stove top. I'm going to be cleaning it with vinegar and baking soda. I really like this mixture to get it clean. It kind of gets off all the stuck-on stuff. So I pour on the vinegar and then I just sprinkle on the baking soda. And I try to give it a few seconds to kind of react, and then I just wipe it down. It does a really good job of getting off the things that are kind of stuck onto the surface, and it gives it a nice shiny finish. I think vinegar and baking soda are two of my favorite, home cleaning products to use. I use them for a lot of different jobs around the house, and they do a really good job. They're just great staples to have around. And you can see it's really getting nice and shiny. And I'm kind of just drying off the surface a little because I splashed some vinegar up on the top. Now I'm just cleaning a little more, because once you start cleaning it's hard to stop. So I had to wipe off the top as well. And I'm going to get up here on my little vent cover. It gets really dirty. There's a lot of stuff that splashes up there, so I have to clean that quite a bit. I'm spraying that with the Fabuloso as well. And now I'm just going to be wiping off the front of my stove with the vinegar. It gives the stainless steel a nice shiny finish, so I really like cleaning with that. And I'm just going to give everything that's stainless steel a shine with the vinegar. You do have to be careful. Some stainless steels will actually streak with vinegar, so I just use it to get the dirt, and then I go over it with this stainless steel cleaner, just the Wyman's cleaner, and that gives it really nice and shiny. I don't always go over it with that, but if I want a really streak-free finish, I will use that, and I decided since I was doing a deep clean, I should get it as pretty as I could get it, so that is what I'm doing here. now I'm just going to be cleaning off the front of my dishwasher, which is designed to blend in with the cabinets. So I'm just kind of wiping the front off here, and also getting the stainless steel with my distilled vinegar. And that actually gets really clean without the Wyman's cleaner. I don't have to worry about that particular thing streaking. I'm also going over the trash can because it's stainless steel as well. Cleaning that with the vinegar. That gets a lot of dirt stuck onto it, so I have to clean that quite frequently. But it looks really good when it's done. It's very shiny and nice. Gives it a nice finish. And now it's on to cleaning the front of my refrigerator. I cleaned the inside not too long ago in the last week, but now I want to go over the outside part because I didn't take the time to clean the outside. And it gets dirty pretty quickly. And now I'm on to cleaning my sink out here. It got really dirty over the weekend. I wasn't really home to clean it out. People just kind of piled, things there. So I'm cleaning with the Barkeeper's Friend powder. I actually prefer Comet Cleaner, but this is just what I had on hand, and it does an okay job. So I'm just pouring that in and going over it with a sponge. The sponge is a little bit damp here, and just getting everything that's stuck on. I try to get the outside edges too as well when I'm cleaning my sink, not just the inside. And I try to put in quite a bit of elbow grease to really get anything that's stuck onto the surface. I like my sink to be nice and clean and shiny if I can get it there. And I think I had to go over it twice to really get it just where I wanted it, but sometimes it's worth the extra effort. I've got a cute little rose on my windowsill. My fiance got that for me at a festival we went to over the weekend. That was really sweet of him. That's where the little flower is from. You've noticed it in the windowsill. And I'm going to be cleaning out my microwave as well. I really hate cleaning the microwave. It's not a fun job, but it needs to be done. So I'm going to be wiping off the counter and then the top of it, and then cleaning out the inside as well. Trying to get all the stuck on food and things to get inside. I didn't go too thorough with that. I just kind of gave it a light cleaning. I also wanted to show you I cleaned my little light switch. I just went over it with a damp cloth and carefully wiped off the dirt that gets stuck on there because it does get pretty dirty. And now I'm going to be mixing Murphy's Wood Oil Soap just with water to dilute it because I'm going to be cleaning all my cabinets down. And I have a washed out Cascade container that I'm just using to mix the Murphy's Wood Oil Soap. It's pretty effective. It's the right size I want for, used as a bucket container. And I'm just going to be wiping down all the woodwork in my kitchen here, which is a pretty big job. I do this maybe twice a year, but it really makes a big difference on how my kitchen looks. It gives it a really clean, fresh look to the kitchen every time I do this. And it makes everything smell really nice as well. It just makes it feel like a really welcome, clean space. So I try to go out of my way to do this, and I always notice a lot of stuck on dirt and food when I do this that I don't even really notice until I start actually cleaning. So it makes a big difference. And I'm cleaning the windowsill as well because that is wood, so since I had the wood cleaner out, I thought I'd clean that as well. Just getting kind of around where the backsplash area is also. So you can already see a slight difference in how shiny the cabinet is to the left is where I put the Murphy Wood Oil Soap. I'm kind of getting in all the little corners and things here as best as I can. And I like to start at the very top. I'm kind of short so I have to reach, but I like to clean top to bottom. So I do all the top ones first, and then I work my way down to the ones that are on the bottom. That way if there's any drips or anything, they'll drip onto the bottom ones, and then I can wipe off the bottom ones, which is just my system that I use for cleaning. Let's see, I'll get around the edges here as well. And over to the other side where I'm going to be doing the same thing to all of my cabinets. I'm I'm also getting the window seal over here. This area was really dirty because I used my Instant Pot here because that's where the outlet is. Sometimes food sprays up in this area and it's releasing steam, so there was a lot of dirt on this side of the cabinet. Let me tell you, it made a big difference after I wiped off this counter and this cabinetry and the kitchen looked. Even if it may not show so much on camera, but in person I could see a huge difference in everything. So now I'm going to be wiping off these top ones over here also. And I also use two cloths when I'm doing this. I take one that's very, very wet, and then once I use the wet one, I go over it with a dry one. That way my wood's not just left wet. I don't want any wood rotting out or anything, so I try to dry it off as soon as I'm done with the scrubbing. So I go over it with the really soaked cloth and then wipe it with the dry cloth when I'm done with the actual scrubbing part, and that's my process for cleaning these. And I'm going to be clearing off my toasters and gadgets and appliances over here, my Instant Pot, so I can wipe this little cubby hole. I actually want to put a microwave in there, but I really wanted to get a stainless steel one to put in there, and I just haven't done that yet. At some point I'd like to get a nice stainless steel one to put in that cubby hole, but that's right now it's just sort of a storage spot. And I'm just wiping it down. It was really dirty back there too, and I don't really know why, because I don't really use it other than for storage. But I'm just putting everything back where it was. And if you're wondering why I have two toasters, it's because I have a gluten intolerance, so I have my own separate toaster that I use for that. And I'm going to just be wiping off these cabinets as well. These ones weren't quite as dirty just because they're away from the food prep area of the kitchen, but I did want to get a little bit of the dust and dirt off of them. And here I am also cleaning the front of the dishwasher with the wood cleaner as well. Getting the ones in front of the sink. They weren't as dirty as you would think, but I did want to get them a little bit cleaner. You can see I'm having to re-soak my cloth in the cleaning solution every so often because it does get dried off and it also gets dirt on it, so I kind of dip it and wring it out every so often to re-wet it. I'm going to get the cabinets in this last little corner area. It's a little more difficult to reach down here because I have to climb under that ledge, but I wanted to make sure I got those clean as well. And this little where I keep my silverware. I'm going to be cleaning the floor. I usually use Pine Sol in a mop bucket, but there was a spider in my mop bucket, so I decided I was just going to spray the cleaner on the floor today so I wouldn't have to fight with the spider. But when I started doing this, I actually realized there was a lot of debris on the floor and the mop was kind of just pushing it around. So I kind of tried to wipe it up with a cloth, and that's not really working at this point. So I end up going and getting my regular broom and just sort of sweeping up the debris that the vacuum hadn't gotten to today. see there's quite a bit that's accumulated in the little corners that I swept up. And then I decide that I'm just gonna mop by hand after I get this swept up, which I do every so often just because I can get a more thorough clean this way. I just take a cloth or a sponge. Here I'm using a cloth, and I just wipe by hand to get everything clean. I guess the floor is really nice and clean and shiny this way. You can just see, close up of what the floor looks like. Yeah, so, and that gets my floor nice and clean. And here is my finished shots of the area when it's all finished. It looks so much better. It smells so nice and fresh. I'm really satisfied how everything turned out. And it just is a great, nice, clean space now that I can enjoy until it gets dirty again, which will probably be pretty quickly. But thank you so much for coming by. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope you all have a beautiful day today. Bye!